And welcome to Roadside Notes. I'm Christopher, the Route 66 chaplain, and these are the readings from the Faith and Good Courage journal found at faithgoodcourage.com. Stories from and for the road, a little grace for the miles ahead, and reminders that hope still travels with us. This journal, The Boy Who Wanted to Watch, is from my entry on August 27th, 2026. The boy who wanted to watch wasn't causing trouble. He just wanted to see everything. The lifts going up, the air guns spinning lug nuts off like they weighed nothing, the machines that balanced the tires. So many questions, but sadly, Jacob hadn't figured out how to ask them yet, but desperately wanted to know. He was 7 years old, and the whole place was a laboratory, and nobody had told him yet that he was supposed to sit still and look at a screen. I was only supposed to be there for like 5 minutes. Tire pressure check on my way through Kingman, in and out, back on the road. That was the plan until I walked into the waiting area and saw a young woman trying to hold herself together while simultaneously trying to keep a very curious 7-year-old from pressing his nose against every window in the place. I sat down 2 chairs over. Jacob looked at me the way a 7-year-old looks at strangers who don't seem threatening. He was sizing me up. He was deciding. Then he pointed at the lift going up in the bay and asked me if I knew what that was called. That was the beginning of an hour I never planned and would never trade. Her name was Terry. Friends called her Tinker, she said. I know there was a story behind that, but we never quite got to it. She had the look of someone running on those last moments of something. Not dramatic exhaustion, the quiet kind. The kind that comes from holding too many things at once for too long without setting any of them down. They had a blowout just outside of Kingman on I-40. The kind of blowout that doesn't give you a choice of where you're going to stop. She had handled it, called for a tow, kept Jacob calm, got them both safely to Discount Tire. But the handling of it cost her something, and now she was sitting in a plastic chair in a waiting room in a city she didn't know, hoping the bill wasn't going to be what she thought it was going to be. She was a waitress, a part-time dental hygienist student, a single mom on her way to New Mexico to bury someone she loved. Her boss hadn't been happy that she was leaving, and her school didn't pause because she needed it to. And now this. I told her she was in good shape, and she was in a good shop, that Discount Tire had a reputation worth trusting, and that they weren't going to take advantage of her. I watched something in her shoulders drop about a half an inch when I said that. Sometimes that's all it takes. One person who knows something you don't, saying the thing you needed to hear out loud. Jacob had moved from the lift and now wanted to know more about the balancing machine. Why does the tire shake? What were those little weights that they stuck on the rim? How did the machine know where to put it? I answered every question as straight as I could, not talking down to him, not simplifying past the point of honesty. He wasn't looking for a children's version of the answer. He was looking for the real one, and he would have known the difference. He asked me how tires go flat. I told him about valve stems, and we talked about tread and what happens when a road puts something sharp in the wrong place at the wrong time. He nodded seriously and filed it away the kids do when they're actually listening. Then he asked me why guys in the bay were wearing gloves, and we talked about that too. Terry watched us from the chair. The tight look around her eyes had loosened. The tech came into the lobby with her bill, and it was fair. She exhaled in a way that, well, more than words could have. Jacob immediately asked the tech if he could see the old tire. The tech looked at Terry. Terry looked at me. I shrugged and smiled. The tech took Jacob back to the bay to show him the blown-out tire up close and explain what had happened. Jacob came back with that kind of expression that only belongs to 7-year-olds that have been shown something real by someone who treated them like they were worth the explanation. Terry gathered their things, thanked me in the genuine way people thank when they mean it past politeness. She said that she felt better than she had all day. I told her the road to New Mexico was going to be fine, that she had already handled the hard part. that the family waiting for her needed exactly what she had, which was the kind of quiet strength that doesn't announce itself but holds everything together anyway. Jacob shook my hand, actually shook it like a man. I sat back down and I waited for my car. My 5 minutes had turned into an hour, and I wasn't even a little sorry about it. In my roadside reflection, the boy who wanted to watch didn't need to be managed or quieted or distracted with a screen. He needed someone to take his questions seriously and answer them straight. Terry didn't need to be fixed or rescued or given advice that she didn't ask for. She needed someone to tell her she was in a good place and that she was going to be okay. Neither of those things took a lot. They just took showing up and paying attention and being willing to stay a little bit longer than planned. You never know when a 5-minute stop is actually an hour that matters. Leave room for those. The road, and maybe even God, puts them in your path on purpose. Don't be in such a hurry that you miss them. Travel well, my friends. Have faith and good courage.